Hi guys, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm doing something very special, something very different to be honest, because I've not done this before. I did it like once, I guess, maybe on my channel, and this video is basically a introductory or a first time video for me. I have never made such suggestions video. So the first video where I am suggesting you books, and you should read these books out, or you should actually basically check these books out this month. So if you are planning to read a book, you might select one of these five books which I'm going to suggest you in the video. So let's begin. The first book we have right now is a story of two friends. I'm sure by now you would have guessed it. Many of you would have guessed it. Two friends set in Afghanistan, Taliban's rule, and then the fall of Afghanistan, people migrating to different countries, Russia taking over Afghanistan, a war story of two friends. I'm sure you would have guessed it by now, you would have guessed it for sure. It is The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. And this is the book. It's very special to me because the first video on my YouTube channel was made on this book, The Kite Runner. It's a heart-wrenching, shattering story of two friends who are, I won't give you spoilers, but then I actually want to tell you the whole thing. I've made a book review on this video. I'll provide the link in the description box. The Kite Runner is a story of two friends, and they are friends, and then war happens, and then things get a little bit complicated. I don't want to give you spoilers. I'm abstaining from telling you the whole story because that will work out as spoilers. But this book will definitely put you in tears. And there's a film also based on it, but that film is in Arabic, and I have seen it. I think it's in Persian or Arabic. I watched it with subtitles definitely because I don't know that language. You can definitely check this book out. Read the book first and then the film. That is what I would always recommend. If you haven't read it by now, you should check this book out. It's very heartbreaking. The second book is a historical fiction, and that book is also a book that I have reviewed on my channel before, and it is The Book Thief. And as the title suggests, it is a story of a book thief, and it's set in the World War. The theme is of the World War. It's during the time of the Nazi Germany, and it is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And this book is pretty fat if you see. It's like 600 pages, but it is actually narrated by death. And it's not only about death. That's the best thing about this book. It's not only about death. It is about different perspectives. This book will not tell you who the main culprit was and who is good and who is bad. It tells you the perspectives of good and the perspectives of bad. So if you have not read The Book Thief, I won't recommend it to everyone. Everyone should read it, but then again, you need to have some interest in Nazi Germany in that context. You should have some knowledge or maybe some interest in history, because this book might get boring for you if you don't like history. So do check it out. It's very interesting. If you haven't read it, might check it out. The third book is a non-fiction book, and non-fiction books I generally don't recommend because there are a lot of non-fiction books which are very interesting, and then there are some non-fiction books which are overhyped. Now, those overhyped section I won't touch in this video because the video will be stretched out a lot. So this is What If by Rondell Munro. I read it last year and it's interesting. Why am I saying it's interesting? Because people have asked. It's a collection of basically a lot of absurd questions, like what would happen if absolutely everyone jumped at the same time? Or how long could a nuclear submarine last in space? Now, these are absurd questions. These might not ever happen, right? But the writer has designed it in a way where these questions are answered hypothetically. these questions are answered in a very serious manner. And this video has comic sketches like these, and like the one you pick, the one I turned to is basically how hard would a puck have to be shot to be able to knock the goalie himself backward into the net. Now, these are funny questions, and then there are serious answers provided with sketches, so that makes it very interesting, right? And it's a very nerdy book, so if you don't have to be a science student to read this book. It's very easy and very simple. Do check this book out if you haven't read it by now. Check it out this month. The fourth book is a thriller book, and I have also made a video on this. I did not make a video on what if. I will definitely make it. This is Dan Brown's Angels and Demons, and it is not Da Vinci Code. Many people would have thought, oh, he's going to recommend Da Vinci Code. For some reason, I find Angels and Demons more interesting than Da Vinci Code, and this book is massive, but then it is small as well. So it's like 600 pages, and it's about ancient civilization, ancient connected with modern era. So it's like that, and it's a story about Illuminati. I'm sure you know what Illuminati is. You will get to know a lot of symbols through this book, and this is the first book of the Robert Langdon series. I have made a whole video on like there are 6 videos based on Dan Brown's books, so do check them out. And I think the book which, if you tell me to pick up one book by Dan Brown, I would definitely pick up Angels and Demons. And it's very interesting to read. It gives you a lot of knowledge. I would recommend you, if you are going for this book, just go for a small introduction about Illuminati and ancient secret codes. Once do read about Illuminati before reading this book, and it's very interesting. It's a thriller book, and this is in the genre of thriller. Do check this book out if you haven't till yet. There's a film also on that book, and the film is also interesting, but the book is very interesting. The 5th book is an autobiography, and the previous video was on this book only, and it is Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I'm sure I'm going to recommend this book every time in every video. If I'm giving a suggestion to someone, I'm definitely going to recommend Becoming by Michelle Obama, because this book has something different. It is not like the normal autobiographies. It's very different. It tells you a life story of a black woman, the racial discrimination she has faced, and how she makes it into Princeton University and then Harvard University, meeting Barack Obama, becoming the first lady of United States of America. I'm sure that she was the most loved lady, first lady of White House of US. And this book is interesting, very interesting, because it tells you the life story, it tells you a lot of life lessons, and that's why this was the first book where I have got sticky notes, and a lot of sticky notes, I'm sure, and a lot of highlighted lines as well. Like here, I highlighted the line, failure is a feeling long before it is an actual result. These lines, these quotes are there in every page of this book, and every chapter comes up with a different lesson. So do check this book out as well. It actually gets emotional sometimes, and it's interesting. If you haven't read Becoming by Michelle Obama, do check this book out as well. So these were my 5 book recommendations, and you should definitely check these 5 book recommendations out this month in April. Any of these 5 book recommendations, the Kite Runner, the Book Thief, the Kite Runner, Angels and Demons, What If, and Becoming by Michelle Obama. These 5 books are very interesting and my top 5 picks for April. We will meet next Sunday, and this time with a book review. I'm not going to reveal the book's name because it's a very interesting book, and that will kind of spoil the whole excitement. So we will meet next Sunday with a new book review. Till then, bye bye.